organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Find out which Iowa alumni donated over $100 million for a new building.
And we've got the update on Iowa City's latest crimes.
And in sports,
an exclusive interview with Iowa's leading receiver.
All this and more for you on tonight's newscast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Fisher.
And I'm Anna Theodosis. A $126 million building is now formally open on the University of Iowa's campus. The dedication ceremony for the John and Mary Papa John Biomedical Discovery Building happened on Wednesday.
The 256,000 square foot building will be the home of high-risk, high-reward research in diabetes and brain science. Research on complex diseases affecting the heart and lungs will also be a focus.
At the dedication ceremony, UI President Sally Mason said the new building is a significant milestone in order for the university to continue medical advancements.
The namesakes of the building committed $26.4 million in 2009 to help establish the Biomedical Institute and to help with costs for building. The state of Iowa was also a major donor in the project. And an Iowa City woman was arrested and faces an assault charge after spreading her blood at the UI hospitals and clinics.
Rose Sutton was being treated for a seizure at the hospital's emergency room on Monday when the alleged assault occurred. After she was denied narcotics, Sutton told hospital staff she was leaving and ripped out her IV. A nurse told Sutton not to rip out the IV so her wound could be covered. Sutton's blood splattered onto the nurse's clothing and face.
Again, Sutton faces one count of assault in persons in occupation. That charge is a serious misdemeanor.
The Iowa City West High School student who brought a gun and ammunition to school is being charged with a Class D felony. He has been identified as Raul Ramon Avelos Jr. A Class D felony is punishable by up to 5 years in prison or a fine from $750 to $7,500. The news release from the Iowa City Police Department announced that Avelos was taken today to the Linn County Juvenile Detention Facility.
Apple released their new products today, including a new version of the iPad. After the introduction of their new products in September, Apple introduced today the new iPad Mini 3 and the iPad Air 2. The iPad Air 2 is equipped with Touch ID, a faster camera, and it is 18% thinner than its already pencil-thin previous model. Starting at $499 for the 16GB iPad, Apple will begin taking pre-orders on Friday. We asked some students if they plan to buy the new products, and here's what they had to say.
Personally, I wouldn't buy it myself, but that's just because I think I already have a computer, I already have a phone, I don't really need it as much.
I think so, because it's so convenient. I have like the older iPad that I take to class, and then I just take notes on that because it's easy, but I haven't heard about the newest one yet.
I'm broke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a college student. I don't really plan on buying it. I've got what I need. So.
Amongst their new software, they released the iMac 5K, which is the next level of the MacBook desktop.
Iowa City officials are asking for the public's help to help clear up the Iowa River. The city is holding 2 cleanup events in October. The first event will happen this Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. Volunteers are needed to help clean up the river, riverbank, and the Iowa River Trail. They will be removing trash, woody debris, and invasive plant species. You can sign up to help on the city's Stormwater Volunteer Opportunities Facebook page.
Well, you know, Anna, I hope the weather on Sunday is looking a lot like the weather did today. I was in shorts all day.
I know. I didn't even have to put a jacket on today. It was nice and a nice break from the weather that we saw at the beginning of the week.
Let's toss it over to Tanner Sigworth in the weather studio to see what he has to say.
Guys, you're right about that nice weather today. I had to ditch my sweatshirt that I had on this morning. A little more cloud cover tomorrow, though. Friday morning, we're going to start the day with clear skies and temperatures hitting the low 50s. By the time the afternoon rolls around, some clouds will start to take the sun's place as temps get up to around 56 degrees. Friday night, those clouds will still be sticking around as temperatures dip back down to the low 50s. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. On Saturday, we can expect temperatures to stay in the mid-50s and the sun will be out all day. So be sure to bring some sunblock with you if you plan on being outside for a while. Anna, that means you. Sunday and Monday, temperatures will rise to the low to mid-60s with a possibility of some clouds moving into the area on Sunday. On Tuesday and Wednesday, expect temperatures to be back in the high 50s with full sun. Overall, this weekend, the beginning of next week, is looking to shape up to be better than what we saw at the beginning of this week. Nick, Anna, back to you.
The University of Iowa's annual Dance Gala is back, and this year they're taking flight. Dancers and people working with the show say it will feature powerful energy and electrifying performances. The gala is a showcase event for the university's Department of Dance. 5 pieces will be performed over the course of the show. The first performance was Thursday night at 8. Performances will continue over the next 2 weeks, and you can buy tickets through the Hampshire box office.
Desserts covered campus today. Today's campus activity board presented 2 different desserts for students. One was a popcorn cupcake and the other was a bacon cookie. One of these desserts will be the official university dessert. Results will be announced tomorrow.
I must say my dessert choice was the cookie. But for Hawkeye football is on the road this weekend, and to inform us everything we need to know, we'll go ahead and toss it over to Chelsea Brown and Whitney Blakemore in the sports studio. Ladies.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to your Thursday pregame edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Up first, we take a look inside the numbers for this week's matchup as the Hawkeyes take on the newest Big Ten edition, the Maryland Terrapins.
The Iowa Hawkeyes will face the Maryland Terrapins come game time Saturday, a team Iowa has never seen before. The leading threats for the Terps offense comes from 6-year quarterback C.J. Brown and wide receiver Stephon Diggs.
Quarterback, outstanding young man from Pittsburgh who hopefully has all the injuries behind him now, had a good year last year, and we expect big things out of him this year.
Both Diggs and Brown produced giant numbers in yardage this season and remain the leaders in touchdowns. Maryland's passing attack averages around 259 yards per game, but compared to the Iowa offense putting up a whopping 45 points against the Hoosiers and increasing their rushing yards in the past 5 straight games, this side of the ball seems pretty evenly matched.
They're definitely really good. It's going to be a challenge, defensively, just because, the different threats that they have, the different formations that they have. It's going to put us in a bind, but I think we're going to be up for the challenge.
The red zone will be the key to dispersing the points on the board, with Iowa converting 9 of their 12 fourth downs, and Maryland standing perfect with 5 fourth down conversions, and their defense leading the Big Ten in the red zone.
Our skill positions really are what stand out, as far as right now. Our receivers, running backs, and secondary, I think we're all pretty deep as far as depth and what we bring to the table.
But Maryland, with 8 interceptions, might want to rethink their passing game due to an impressive secondary on the Iowa defense, recording 8 interceptions this season. Amongst the linemen also stands Louis Trinkapassat and Andre Malone, who rank 1st and 2nd, respectively, in most tackles in the Big Ten. Maryland is coming off their bye week well rested, and the Hawkeyes will have to travel to College Park for this matchup. Iowa is on a 3-game winning streak, trying to capture another win to become bowl eligible.
We really do have the confidence that we can come into this conference, obviously taking it 1 week at a time, but we can make an impact.
While Maryland is over 900 miles away, it is a trip some Hawkeye East Coasters are excited to make.
That's right, Whitney, and we caught up with a couple Hawkeyes who explain the best part about living close to the water.
We have good seafood out there. It's right by the water, so we got crabs, we got lobster, shrimp. It's pretty good seafood. I just like the regular Joe's Crab Shack, but I mean, I love crabs and I love lobster, I love shrimp, so anywhere that serves those 3, I mean, I'm there, but yeah, I'm just excited to go back home and, closer to home and have my family and high school coach finally see me play, so it's a pretty big week.
While some players are excited to travel to Maryland, they know they still have a game to play. The Terps, known for their passing attack, average over 200 yards a game. But one Hawkeye making a name in the all-time leading receptionist list is wide receiver Cavante Martin-Manley. I caught up with him earlier this week. All right, Cavante, so you lead Iowa with 29 receptions, even though there is so many different threats on the receiving core. How does your role differ from the other guys?
Just playing that leadership role, talking to guys, trying to up their play and, just motivating them to, keep playing hard and keep playing better. So the focus is really not on how many catches I'm getting. It's just, upping everybody's play and playing to the best of our ability.
Now, 23 catches away from breaking Iowa's all-time reception record set by DJK. Does that bring a little bit of added pressure or kind of in the back of your mind your senior year?
Yeah, it definitely. I wouldn't say pressure, but it's kind of a little bit of anxiousness. You know, I really want to. It's something that I want to get, but right now our focus is, you know, winning the rest of our games and, you know, guys just playing to the best of their ability.
All right, and finally, Terrapins defensive back William Likely has 2 interceptions and totaled 8 passes defensive this season. How are you guys going to continue to make plays against him and the rest of their secondary?
You know, just being detailed in our routes and things like that, getting open and just playing fast and playing hard. We feel like we'll be all right.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Another man making an impact, but on the defense for Iowa, is cornerback Desmond King. Last season, King was one of the first true freshmen to start in the secondary position for Iowa in over a decade.
Now King has established his place on the turf and is known as one of the most entertaining players on Iowa's backfield. Jalen Socek has a story.
Desmond King never imagined taking over at the cornerback position, at least not right away. But that's exactly what happened when the then starting cornerback Jordan Lomax suffered a hamstring injury in the opening game against Northern Illinois. As a true freshman, King accounted for 69 tackles, the most of any Big Ten freshman. King has since then taken over at the cornerback position, sticking around for 18 consecutive starts.
I was saying a year ago I wasn't very experienced, things like that, so I was just in the process of learning. I'm still learning. I mean, it's very helpful just having that early experience as a freshman and then just carrying on to the sophomore year.
Halfway into the 2014 season, King is sitting at 29 tackles. And last week against Indiana, King made the biggest play of his young career, picking off Hoosier QB Nate Sudfield in the first quarter and running it in for a 35-yard touchdown, a play he says he knew was coming his way.
We've been watching that play all week long on Indiana, and every time the quarterback would look to the sideline, they would get a check. We would look to our sideline, and Coach Parker would give me a key. He would just read your keys and things like that, and so he gave me like a heads up. I read my keys, and it was the play that I thought it would be. It was just an exciting moment when I finally touched the ball, first interception, first touchdown after I scored, so it was an amazing moment.
After his first pick six, it's no question that the sophomore's confidence has boosted.
Probably at an all-time high for real. You know, he's playing out of his mind. You know, the whole defense is playing good as a whole, so we just got to keep it up.
And his confidence that radiates off King on the field, making him one of the most exciting players on the Hawkeye roster to watch.
It's just a matter of confidence, like I was saying, putting all the receivers in the same category, knowing that I have to defeat this person. So once I do it, it's like I knew I was going to do that.
All the experience under King's belt has developed him into a leadership role in his position. This is Jalen Socek, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Kickoff for the game on Saturday starts at 11 Central Time in Byrd Stadium.
Be sure to pick up a print copy of the Daily Iowan pregame tomorrow and stay updated throughout the game at our sports blog at dailyiowansports.com.
Before we let you go, Hawkeye Hoops action was underway in Rosemont, Illinois, hosting the Big Ten Basketball Media Days. For a preview, I'll toss it over to Jalen Socek with a recap of the event.
Thanks, ladies. Big Ten Basketball Media Day wrapping up earlier today, and a lot of excitement from players and coaches to get this season started. Wisconsin receiving all the love today as they're the early favorite to win out the season, and coaches talk about the impact that Rutgers and Maryland has on the schedules this year. And for extended coverage of today and what the coaches and players had to say, be sure to check out Daily Iowan TV this Sunday night. Reporting from Rosemont, Illinois, I'm Jalen Socek.
Thanks for that, Jalen. Anna, Nick, back to you at the desk.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan.
City High School is putting on a play, and the proceeds will be going to Ferguson students for a trip to a theater festival. Find out all the details in Caitlin DeWolf's story tomorrow.
And this week's Kid Captain is from Pella. Marika suffers from Job's syndrome. Find out tomorrow in Jordan Ryland's story. But before we leave you tonight, we have one more story to bring you out of Las Vegas.
That's right, an Irish pub on the Las Vegas Strip broke the world record today after hosting non-stop music for 2 weeks straight.
The concert began on October 1st at the Rye Ra pub and ended today at 1 p.m. to break the world record. Before the concert, the previous record was 15 days.
You know, Nick, I really don't think I'd be able to attend a concert for 2 weeks.
You know, I'd try as long as I possibly could, but I don't know how long I could really last. We hope you'd enjoyed tonight's newscast of the Daily Iowan TV.
Tune in this Sunday for all the latest news or check us out anytime at dailyiowan.com.
I'm Nick Fisher.
And I'm Anna Theodosis. Have a great night.
SJ.